There were a group of churches affiliated with Go Ministries who had established a feeding program for around 450, 500 kids in the inner city of Panama City. These were kids who, without the feeding program, would not be fed during the course of the day.
If kids are hungry, they don't go to school. And if they don't get a meal in school, they don't stay in school. And if they don't stay in school, they stay illiterate, and the cycle of poverty is never broken. You know, we first began our ministry in Panama through one of our arts teams. Went down there and I just had a great experience connecting with some of the ministries down there, partnering with some of the local churches. And that group came back and shared their stories. And as we kind of listened to them, we said, you know, there could be a real opportunity for continued work in the Panama area.
We asked to see it again in January of earlier this year when we were down there, and had learned that they had lost their funding, and as a result of that had terminated the program. So Feed Panama really came as a result of that knowledge. It was a burden that we felt to organize individuals and churches here in the United States to fund that program once again. You can be involved in this program in a number of different ways. First and foremost, we need prayer. We need prayer for the children down there. We need prayer that the resources would be gathered to reinstitute this program.
You know, a lot of times when we start talking about the feeding program, people assume that it would just cost a fortune. But the reality is that it costs us $6 per kid per month. We can feed a kid every day during the month.
And then finally, if you're interested in going down and seeing how this works on the ground, we have trips that are coming up to this area of the world where you can participate in the program actively by gathering food, preparing meals, and helping to feed these children. We find that not only are we assisting the poorest of the poor while we're down there, but that by feeding these kids, it keeps them in school. It keeps them from going to the streets and begging or stealing in order just to subsist. So if we can feed these kids and keep them in school, it breaks that cycle of illiteracy that keeps them poor and without work. So on a number of different levels, we feel this is a very important program and fits into our mission effort here at St. Paul's.